some of these young folks need to know
You correct.
I say they legends.
Yeah,
You
but
see
you
what I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying? Because they will write you out of history.
Yeah,
it's coming though.
Yeah, they
It's
need
coming.
to know it. So they'll know what they dealing with when they see you, and they'll know why you are where you are. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll see it and be like, fuck it, X. Why y'all the greatest of all time?
But it's funny to me, man, and I said this to JC the other day, and he was on live telling his story, and I think a lot of people don't even realize this. Like when you think about me, JC, Raheem the Dream, Shadi, Kid Rock, we go back to when it wasn't popular to be from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, when I was DJing in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about going from that, I remember when Raheem and Shadi was the light of the city.
Yeah.
When they was
When
who
I
they
first
were.
got here,
So
what
what kind of amazes me is when they have people tell these stories about Atlanta history, and they just got here in 2000. You get what I'm saying? So I be like, how would you not get somebody that's been here? I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
You know, hip hop started on the east side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the transplants that came here from New York and that shit lived in Decatur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I did tell you this, you know, the first hip hop club was Club Atlantis that later became the Gate.
Yeah.
You
I
had
worked
Club
at the Gate.
Delirious.
Yeah.
You had DJ New York who was from New York City that was doing like that Sesame Mill.
Long live New York.
Spanish Trace Apartments, Old English Inn. See, this is the history that was before Atlanta became popular.
Yeah.
So I'm going like, we can't tell the story of Atlanta if we don't tell that. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I love Outkast. Big Boy, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you can't tell their story until you tell the story that got them to the point to where we got to love Outkast.
Ghetto Mafia,
You know what
the
I'm saying?
Hard Boys.
The Hard
Come
Boys.
on.
So we admit those, like, if you talk about the Hard Boys, first gangster rap in Atlanta. Before
Yeah,
that,
you
everything
produce.
was party rap before
Yeah.
that. You get what I'm saying?
Corey,
So these
Carl
are the
Dorsey.
things that I always say we got to talk about.
That's
that
right.
We never talk about. Okay, how influential Ghetto Mafia was, how big that record was. When you talk about, when I look back at Ghetto Mafia, I remember I think about that Decatur record. That's
Come on.
what really made us go, okay, I'm from Decatur. They
Exactly.
from College Park.
Wicked.
They from this. You get what I'm saying? That's when Atlanta rappers really start going, man, I'm from this side of town.
That's
I
facts.
represent this.
Those are facts.
You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if you don't have nobody that was there telling the story, they gonna overlook that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how influential Wicked and Nino was, that'll go unheard because the person who was telling the story is only telling the story from when they came into the fold. You get what I'm saying? So if you started when Outkast was hot,
Yeah.
that's where your start. That's where your story start.
Well, you just did the intro to Wicked's documentary. Thank you, sir.
Hey, man,
You didn't know that, but thank you.
I remember seeing Wicked and Nino on BET, man.
Yeah.
Riding into the old school, man. I'm like, man, that's the east side right there.
Yeah.
Straight from the
Yeah.
deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even when you talk about that, when you talk about you know, I think the unsung heroes of Atlanta is like people like the AB, Another Bad Creation.
That's
you got to
true.
think that was like
ABC.
the first
Dallas.
#1 record
Yeah.
that was here that brought God
Shadi
bless Michael
too, man,
Bivins,
you know.
man. You know, he came to the city
Yeah.
and blessed. You know, he gave nobody talk about that. He gave opportunities. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that opportunity spirit, like even Jermaine. I say this about Jermaine because I was there.
Yeah.
Jermaine was the first guy I ever knew in Atlanta with a real record deal.
Yeah.
He had this group called Silk Time Leather
Yeah.
that was signed to Geffen Records.
Yeah.
He had a girl. It was I know it's Val and somebody else, but Dolomix was my girl.
Yeah.
That was the DJ in the group. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But those are the things that when we talk about Atlanta rap, it goes right over people's head. Nobody
Yeah.
never mentioned these. You know, when we talk about Jermaine, we talk about Jermaine from Crisscross on up, but we never talk about the foundational shit that he was doing prior to
Yeah.
Crisscross. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, nobody ever mentions Ichiban Records.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Ichiban.
Come on.
When you think about Ichiban Records, you think about the MC
I've
Breeze,
been to
you think
Ichiban.
about the Shadi, the
Yeah.
DJ Smurf, the Yin Yang
Yeah.
Twins, the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Yeah.
Nobody ever mentions this label, but this label was very critical to the growth of Atlanta.
Come on.
When you talk about the Atlanta bass sound, that's who was putting it out.